Okay, for the next section, you have inscribed angles. So make sure you understand what an inscribed angle or the rule relationship. Inscribed angle is an angle in a circle with the vertex on the circle. So anytime it's on the circle, then it says here the measure of the inscribed angle is half the measure of the intercepted arc. So that's why make sure you know the parts. That's what I have here. The inscribed angle, vertex on the circle, is the angle right there. The intercepted arc, that is the arc between them, okay? So I'm just going to show that that's the arc between the C the A to the C, excuse me. So it would be half the measure of that arc. So you are going to see two inscribed angle problems on your test, which would be like 1 and 2. So you're going to have to find the angle and find the arc. Work forward, work backwards, basically. So on this one, they want us to find the measure of LMP. So if you're not too sure, trace it. Trace, we go from L to M to P. I see that's the inscribed angle because the vertex is on the circle. So then I need to find the intercepted arc. Well, the intercepted arc here is, I believe, the 36, I think that is. I can't really tell. So basically, I'm going to get the measure of angle. I should put that in blue. Sorry. LM, what's the L? Would be half of the 36, okay? And they want us to find the measure of the arc on this one, measure of arc MN. So this is the arc. And because if I look, that's the angle that it intercepts. And so all I have to do to find that arc is work backwards. Now, instead of taking half, I'm now just going to double it. So all I need to do is take the 48 and times it by 2. So we get 96 is MN. Okay? So you're going to do both. You're going to find the arc and find the angle. One is taking half, angle's half, arc is doubling the angle. So here, back to angle, GFJ. I follow G to F to J. There's the angle. Where's the arc that it intercepts? It's the 110, so I'm taking half of that. Okay? Half of the 110. And then finding the arc. On this one, the arc is FH. There's the arc. What angle goes with that? There it is. Now I got to double it. All right, so don't worry about 3 and 4. That's taking care of your angles for circles. And then, so I'm going to go ahead and put out here, omit. All right. And then when we get into, I think I just messed up. Let's see. I think it copied wrong. All right. What happened was, let's see, dang it. I didn't copy the notes. Let me pause this and fix it. Sorry, guys. Okay, I fixed it. All right, so the next one I believe was reflection. So here it is. We're going to have reflection over y equals x. So I highlight this box, showed you the reflection rule in this what I box here. Memorize that when you reflect over x, if your coordinates are x and y. So this is basically your first coordinate, your pre-image. Then your image would be yx. So you need to, the rule is just switch your x and y. So your test like on this would be number 8, okay, because it's going to be y equals x. It's going to be over this line. So just understand, remember we switch the order. So if this is a, -2, 4, then a prime would be 4, -2. B prime would be, yep, still 1, 1, because I've switched it, it's still the same. But C prime would be what? Correct, if you said -1, -5. So all you have to do there is switch it. Now these problems on your test will be at the end and they will be open-ended, meaning you're just going to just graph them, plot them, memorize the rule. Now if you forgot the rule, this is requiring you to do a whole lot more memorization. You would need to understand what that line is. That is a diagonal line, okay? And then you can start off by graphing your original points. These are our pre-image, because it might say that, okay? So graphing these points, that would be -2, 4. There's A, 1, 1. That's B. And C was negative 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1. There's C. We connect them. And then we have to reflect them over that line. So that means it has to be equal distance. They have to be perpendicular. So you would have to do opposite reciprocal slopes, but just memorize the rule, guys. Just switch them. And then so now I can see that if it's here, then it would have to be over here somewhere, which was a negative 1, negative 5. There's your C prime. See how it needs to be a reflection as such. Okay, so I think you got the hang of that. Just memorize the rule. Memorize rule is easier. So switch X and Y for when Y equals X. Alright. Then the next one that you're going to have is a graph. The top of this is missing, but this is a translation. This is 12.2. Translation is the shift, okay? Moving up or down, left or right. Just here what they're saying is X plus A, Y plus B. Basically, you're adding some amount to X, and you're going to add some type of amount to Y, okay? A couple things to help you remember is if I'm adding to X, that means you're moving to the right, okay? So if you're subtracting to X, that's a move to the left, alright? Now, if I'm adding to Y, another thing, if you add to Y, that means you're going to move up, okay? If you're subtracting, I'm going to abbreviate, to Y, that means we're going to move down. Alright, so there's several ways to do this, but you're going to have one. Basically, you're going to start off with points. We were expecting to kind of at least graph those points, use your points to graph them, use a graph, to help you solve and get to the answer, and then give you partial credit. So we have negative 2, negative 4, 2, 3, 4. That's our E. This is our pre-image. We have 3, 0, and we have 3, negative 4. So there's G, there's F. We're going to connect those. And then the rule, this right here, this is the vector form of our rule. Basically what this is saying, because this is X and this is Y, we're saying we're going to add 0 to X and add 3 to Y, because 3 is positive. So I'm just going to do that to every X, every coordinate. So E prime would be negative 2, because negative 2 plus 0 is just negative 2. And then a negative 4 plus 3 will leave me with a negative 1. Okay? Use your calculator if you're not good with integer rules. Or basically I can just say I'm not moving X, but I'm going up, because this means up 3. So I'm just going up 1, 2, 3. There's my E prime. Okay? And I'm basically doing that for every coordinate. So up 3 here, 1, 2, 3. There's my, then 1, 2, 3. So you could do that, but you are going to be asked to give the coordinates. You're going to be asked, to give the order pair. So F prime would be 3, 4, and then our G prime would be 3, negative 1. Okay? That do, yeah. Alright, so test like is 3 and 7. Okay, 3 and 7. Your rule on number 7, let me extend this page a little bit to help you understand. Here is the rule. So hopefully, because you see a minus, a negative 5, that's X minus 5. 3 is positive, so Y plus 3. We'll do that to every coordinate. And then the last thing you're going to be expected to do, and you have to do some memorization because it's not on the form chart, is a 180 degrees rotation about the origin. So whenever we rotate about 180, if our image, our pre-image is X and Y, then now it becomes negative X, negative Y. So you change the sign of X and Y. Memorize that. So if I have Here's an example of 180, and I believe your test like on here are 6 and 7. So here's my x and y. Well, that one I don't really have to change because you can't really change 0. But here's my x and y. For b prime, we're going to change the sign. So if it's negative 4, it now becomes a positive 4. If it's positive 2, now it becomes a negative 2. That's all we got to do, okay? Change the sign of both, okay? So you have number 6, and you have number 7, which is test like to do. And that takes care of review. Do your practice, look at old tests. If you have any questions, come to tutorials. But study, practice, prepare. Prepare to do well. Thank you.